8th. It is now 6 o'clock. Anybody wishing to speak, submit a speaker slip to Yesa Benson here and give that to her on any item that's not on the agenda, or if you have one, put the agenda item on there. With that, we'll get a roll call.
Commissioner Brittingham?
Here.
Commissioner Champenois? Here. Commissioner Keith?
Here.
Vice Chair Cundiff is absent. And Chair Barron?
Here. With that, we have staff, Kelly Lucia, our planning director, and Brandon Kearns, our city attorney, and Yesa Benson is our secretary. With that, can we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please? Ready? Begin.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do we have any speaker slips?
I have none, no.
Have none. Okay. Not seeing any, not hearing any. We'll move on to approval of our minutes. Anyone want to make a recommendation? Any changes, corrections?
I have none.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That's for A and B.
Yes, sir.
With that, we'll go to business items. Extension of time, extension 2301 for vesting tentative track map 37739. First of 6 possible one-year extensions. Staff.
Good evening, Chair, members of the Commission, and the public. Thank you for being here this evening. Item number 2 is an extension of time for vesting tentative track map 37739. Some members of the Commission and public may recall that this map was originally approved back in July of 2020. This is a tentative map that approves 11 commercial lots, roughly at the north corner of Cherry Valley Boulevard and Roberts Road. So the applicant has been working diligently towards construction of this project since the project was originally approved. They have, I believe, completed the rough grade for this site. They're currently installing underground utilities. They are also starting the process to construct off-site improvements. They have secured leases for a number of their tenants, and so they have worked in good faith to work towards completion of the project. Staff is recommending approval of this requested extension of time, and again, this is the first of 6 possible. So they have 5 additional opportunities if for whatever reason the map doesn't ultimately record within the next 12 months. We do also have the applicant, Mr. Rich Rowland, is here, as well as myself, available to answer any questions that you may have regarding this extension request.
Right. Thank you. Mike, any questions?
I have none.
None? John?
You haven't seen a big road, but
Yeah. You see?
Yeah, looks good.
Looks good. I agree. Just an extension of time. Nothing has really changed. With that, I'll go ahead and find that the project extension 2301 requires no further environmental analysis pursuant to Public Resources Code section 21166 and CEQA guidelines sections 15061, B3, and 15162, 15163, 15164, and 15168 in the program EIR. Also, the second one is approve extension 2301 and adopt PC resolution 2303, subject to the findings and conditions of approval provided therein. I get a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Number 3, extension of time for tentative track map 31613, 5th of 6 possible one-year extensions. And
Sir, I have to recuse myself due to the requests. So, have that.
thank you. You gotta leave. You gotta go.
sure we go get you.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner. Okay, so agenda item number 3 is identical to the last extension of time request. So this is a previously approved tentative map. This is 31613. This is located on Douglas Street. This map approves subdivision of about 10 acres into 18 residential lots. This particular map has benefited from a number of automatic statutory extensions of time, and they have also availed themselves to 4 already extension of time requests. So if approved, this will be the 5th of 6 possible for this particular map. And so if for any reason this map were to not record within the next 12 months, they would have 1 additional extension of time available to them at the Planning Commission's discretion before the map finally expired. Subject to your questions, that concludes this item. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Any questions? No? All right, so I want to take that one. Number 3.
I recommend to find that the project extension 2302 requires no further environmental analysis pursuant to Public Resources Code Section 2166 and CEQA Guidelines Sections 15061B, 3, 15162, 15163, and 15164, and to approve extension 2302 and adopt PC Resolution 2023-04 Attachment B, subject to the findings and conditions of approval provided therein.
You want to second that, John? All in favor? Aye. Thank you, Mike. And Mike. Okay, with that, we'll go on to item number 4, a public hearing. I will open the public hearing on vesting tentative track map 37739, revision 1.
Thank you, Chairman. So as we're pulling up that image, the site might look a little bit familiar to you. We just approved another action on this. So just a moment ago, the Commission approved an extension of time for the map as approved in 2020. So it didn't change or modify anything about that approval that occurred in 2020. This public hearing item is for a revision to the map that was just extended, and the revision is proposing to do a couple of things. So 2 of the items are to modify conditions of approval. So there are a number of community facilities districts that the city currently has. One is for public services, and the other is for maintenance of facilities. So as approved, the conditions of approval require the applicant to complete annexation procedures prior to map recordation. And the applicant is now requesting that we move that timing hook to prior to certificate of occupancy. So it does a little bit kick the can for when the requirement needs to be completed, but nonetheless it gets completed prior to the project being operational. So that's the important part there. Changes the timing hook of 2 conditions of approval. The other item that it does is it changes the total acreage. So as approved, as previously mentioned, the tentative map subdivided, it was about 12 acres into 11 commercial lots, and now there's an additional remainder parcel. So what that means is that the property in question now encompasses the entire blue area, whereas before it was a smaller portion. And the remainder parcel would not have any development permitted on it unless and until subsequent development applications were applied for. I'm not sure that I explained that the very best. We do have our engineers in the room. Mike Thornton, could I get you to get up and talk a little bit about remainder parcels, if you would?
Good evening, Commissioner. So the remainder parcels that are as existing, correct?
That's as existing.
The remainder parcels mean that they will be mapped at a subsequent date. They are not in as part of this first.
remaining parcel a part of what, everything that's been done with the CEQA and all that kind of stuff?
They're not gonna have anything on that.
Oh, they're not, okay.
So the property as a whole was included in the larger Summerlin Ranch EIR that encompassed all of the retail and residential portions.
Okay.
So the CEQA analysis for this was covered by the EIR certified in 2005. And then when and if additional development comes forward, we analyze each project on whether or not there would need to be any additional CEQA analysis at that point in time. So if we receive an application for development on the remainder parcel, we'll analyze it under CEQA at that time.
Okay, thank you.
Good, all right. Done with that, I'll make the recommendation to adopt PC Resolution 2023.
I'm sorry, Chair. We might want to see if there is
Oh, yeah,
public
yeah, yeah.
comment.
Sorry, got ahead of myself. Staff presentation. The applicant have anything that you'd like to add to that?
Thank you. To address any additional comments, if you or questions you have, I'd be glad to. The treatment of the remainder parcel was really a correction of the BTTM because it was shown with a partial remainder parcel on it, but just focused on the 11 acres of retail. So it was determined subsequently that we should show the whole thing and then show how it was broken off. So that's really that change. Did you want me to discuss the minor lot line changes to the tenant
If you'd like,
requirements?
you can.
Okay, there are three very minor lot line changes due to tenant requests that we have under lease or sale for the parcels now. There's a daycare that needed a kiddie play area. There was a correction of a corner lot line due to already constructed site utilities for the lease, ground lease for the Chevron C-store. And there was one other lot line change to remove a lot line. So that's about it. And we did an EIR consistency analysis subject to just this change. We submitted it for planning and it was a neg-deck. So that's about all.
Great, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Looking forward to it. As Steve, new ones.
Do we have any public testimony on that? Hearing none, seeing none, all
So
right.
I received, just to make a quick mention, so I received 2 emails, one from the Riverside County Flood Control, just serves as a reminder to staff.
Okay.
And then the other one I provided you earlier in the week, or sorry, last week, which is a letter from Timothy Reeves, that it will be recorded into our minutes, and then as you guys have all had a chance to review it, as well as the media.
Okay, thank you. All right, with that, I'll close the public hearing. All right, public hearing closed, and back to the commission for any discussion and comments? None?
The Cherry Valley June Freeway project has been postponed as far as blocking it out. I don't know if any future plans.
Cool.
Unless it's out.
All right, now I will make the recommendation to adopt resolution PC 2023-05 to approve the VTTM 37739 revision 1 and make CEQA findings as described therein. Get a second.
3 seconds.
We got three, all three. Chris, you got it first. Kristen. All in favor? Aye. Excellent. Okay. Commissioners' comments and reports. Mike?
Just want to thank staff as always for your preparation. So, looking forward.
There you go. John?
Yeah, thanks staff very much. Appreciate it.
Steve?
Thank you, staff. Thanks for showing up, everybody.
Same here. Thanks, everybody. And for keeping me in town. Utah's awful cold right now.
Did you could leave now?
No. Planning Director, comments and reports.
Sure. I just have one quick reminder. The Residential Infill Priority Area Overlay Zone, EIR, is still currently out for public review. I'd like to encourage members of the public and the commission to please take a look at the EIR, submit your comments by the due date. You can email them to me, Kelly Lucia, and the due date is May the 15th. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. With that, we will adjourn the regular meeting of the Planning Commission to Monday, June 12th, 2023 at 6 o'clock in this room. Thank you.